Well, Australia will provide lethal aid to Ukraine to help combat Russia's bloody invasion. The Prime Minister has declared nothing is off the table to make President Putin pay for his aggression.
As explosions light up the night sky above the Ukrainian capital, the West steps up its punishment aimed at Russia.
The European Union and its partners are working to cripple Putin's ability to finance his war machine.
After days of negotiations, Western allies, including the EU and United States, agree to disconnect some Russian banks from the global banking system known as SWIFT. It's a move warmly welcomed here at home.
They're now, as we can see, starting to disconnect Russian financial intermediaries from that payment system. See, Russia must pay a heavy price.
Australia stands united in supporting sanctions.
More than 11,000 banks worldwide move billions of dollars using the transaction system. But exactly which banks will be blocked from SWIFT and whether there's a carve-out for Russian oil and gas payments remains unclear.
They must pay a heavy price, and we will continue to add to that price as we consider every single option that is in front of us. I've taken nothing off the table.
That potentially includes expelling Russian diplomats.
We are considering the situation of the embassy here.
On the military front, Australia will provide lethal aid to Ukraine. Sky News understands that includes funding through NATO for weapons and offensive capability.
And we'll be working through those channels because that's the most effective way to do it.
Scott Morrison is also keeping the blowtorch on China.
It does disappoint me that while the world is increasing its sanctions on Russia, there are countries that are easing their trade sanctions on Russia.
That tough stance on Beijing has bipartisan backing.
China needs to, like other nations, respect national sovereignty.
The Morrison government is also leaving the door open to further diplomatic retribution aimed at Russia, including kicking President Putin out of the G20.
This is a shirt front to the international liberal rules-based order.
In 2014, Russia was expelled from the G8 after the annexation of Crimea. Now, 8 years on, the Treasurer not ruling out the option of expelling Putin from the G20.
So you would advocate Russia being excluded from some of these bodies because it is not playing by the rules?
I think many countries will examine Russia's participation in these international forums from here on.
It's early days, but Australia appears open to the conversation. Trudy McIntosh, Sky News, Canberra.